information coming in, road crashes that taking some lives, some injured. But he joins me now. Ibrahim, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, Johnny.
Where are you now and what can you share with us?
Well, Johnny, I'm currently on my way to Amansie to follow up on a demonstration by some agitated youth. But regarding the road accident, the information we just had some few minutes ago is that the accident that occurred on Offenso Abofo Road on Monday dawn, which claimed 17 lives.
Right.
We've recorded 2 more deaths. 16 were sent to the St. Patrick Hospital for treatment. As at Monday evening, 2 were still in critical condition, 4 had been stabilized. So the 2 in critical condition passed on this morning. The information we had that they sustained severe head injury. So there are no more. Some have already also been discharged. Others are still being monitored by the doctors to see whether they will have to refer them, because some have serious fracture on their legs, on their arm, and even on their back. So for now, they are telling us that they've been able to stabilize them, but as to when they will be discharged, they can't tell. But like I said, some have already been discharged.
Now, the police in the region, what's their major concern? Is it the carelessness of the drivers, or a question of visibility on the roads, or if you like, the rickety nature of the roads, or just a mix of all three?
So, Johnny, when you look at the Kumasi-Techiman Highway, we all admit that there are some portions of the road that needs to be fixed. That cannot be disputed because we have potholes in some or on some of the stretch. But the worrying trend has to do with careless driving on the part of the drivers. When you stand along the road, personally, your individual observation, you realize that drivers are moving at top speed even when they approach communities. We know it's a highway, but we know that when you are approaching community, you have to slow down. But they don't slow down. People do unnecessary overtaking even at sharp curves. And where the incident happened, it's a sharp curve, and the Offenso Abofo Road. We call that place Abofo Forest. So this time around, it wasn't the fault of the Benz bus driver. It was rather the mistake from a trailer truck that veered off its road and collided in the oncoming Benz bus. But when we look at the accident at Akomadan, we spoke to some of the survivors, those of them who narrowly escaped death. And all that they've been telling us is that since they set off from since they set off from Namo, coming to Kumasi, they've been complaining to the driver to slow down. He has been driving at a top speed. They have complained to him several times, but he ignores them. He even tries telling them that he is the one driving, and for that matter, he knows what he's doing. So when they go to Wenchi, some passengers alighted. When they go to Techiman, some passengers alighted. So in between Akomadan and Kinkenso, where the accident even happened, there is a police barrier there. So the Kia truck, the towing Kia truck had already been stopped by the police. They were checking the driver's documents to make sure that everything is okay. So that truck had been stopped, and the bus from Namon heading to Kumasi was coming at a top speed. The police signaled the driver to stop. He didn't. They also had to run for their life. And all of a sudden, he crashed into the Kia truck towing car, and they slid off the road. Then all of a sudden, the bus caught fire. So when you look at that incident and other incidents, this is about the 4th incident we are recording on the road from Friday, last week Friday to date. 3 have been casual. The 4, personally, the other one personally, fortunately, the passengers survived. So it wasn't reported. So this is the 4th one, and the police are worried that the road has become accident-prone area, and most of the accidents that we record there has to do or have to do with human errors. As I speak to you now, the driver of the Daewoo Benz bus is at large. The police is still searching for him. They don't know where he went to, because perhaps he also knows that he was the one at fault. So they are even searching for him to assist in investigation. But as I speak to you, they are yet to find him. So they've reported that he should report himself to the police so that he can assist them with any information.
I know that you have also been visiting some of the lorry parks there and the big stations. First, tell me the mood of the indigents in the Ashanti region, how they are responding to these recurring road accidents. And then maybe we can dovetail into the lorry parks and find out whether or not the drivers get real rest before they set out on such long journeys.
Okay, so people are worried. In fact, this morning I even met some people who told me they wanted to travel to Techiman, but because of what has happened yesterday and 2 days ago, they've decided to postpone the trip because they fear for their life. And that is the situation. A lot more people are worried that the number of lives accident is claiming on our road is too much, and there is absolutely nothing that they can do about it, because usually, especially when the drivers are over speeding and you try to even caution them, they will not listen to you. They will rather ignore you. So people are even calling for an emergency number, even from the police or any other body, that will allow passengers to report drivers who are over speeding, so that, let's say, at the next checkpoint, they will be able to report, and the driver will either be cautioned or something be done about it, so that we will prevent this unnecessary accident. So that is it. But the issue of the drivers resting is also a big challenge. The police have been expressing concern about it. You know, the Kumasi Techiman Highway is also an international road. That is the main road linking Ashanti region to the northern part and Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, and other countries. So a lot more cars are on the road, big trucks, and people sometimes drive for 6, 7, 8, 10 hours without resting. And we know that the rules also say that at every 4 to 5 hours drive, a driver must take a rest. So that is the worrying trend. They've been advising the drivers, they've been educating them. If you know you will drive beyond 5 hours, you should even have a spare driver, so that after 4 hours, the spare driver will be in charge. As we speak, we still have one driver driving those long distances.
Ibra, we have to go. A key concern for me from here as a community rights advocate is the question of ownership of these vehicles and the demand for what they call sales at the end of the day. Now, the police have acknowledged that there is some issue there. Do we know if the Road Safety Authority and the police are collaborating in the coming days to hold sensitization programs for driver unions within the region?
Well, Johnny, that one I can confirm to you that the National Road Safety Authority and some stakeholders have been educating the drivers. Just last month, the National Road Safety Authority was moving from one terminal to the other, engaging the drivers and even owners of the vehicle on the need for them to even employ more than one driver when they know that the distance is more than 5 hours. They've done this series of education. I think it's left with the implementation, because the education, we've seen it over and over again, but nothing is happening. We are waiting maybe for the enforcement of these directives or these regulations and see whether it will work. Because for the education, that one I can tell you that I followed them on a number of education to various seminars, even having stakeholder engagement with owners of the vehicles on these issues, but we are yet to see any change with.
Ibrahim, you stay safe out there, and we'll come back to you in good time at midday for Midday Live, and then subsequently at News 360. Grateful that you could join us. That's Ibrahim Abubakar. He's our Ashanti Regional Correspondent, joining us with fresh information from the Ashanti region. There's more coming up. I'm sure you've seen the court from the Ghana School of Law, Kumasi, as they like to call it. KJTR versus Mokola. They're here. Bella Moody is the judge. And we will go to court very soon. I have a petition about that $100,000 matter. I want to take it before the court. See you after the break.